Okay guys, it is the next morning. It's kind of a, I don't know, a cloudy day out there. It feels a little bit cooler today. At least you can breathe out here. Our drop is complete. We have let it settle. We got a nice little pile of gold in there. That's some bubbles on it. Looks like there's something on it, but you can see you tap it and the bubbles float off. So I'm going to get everything ready, get the water boiling. We're going to give this stuff a rinse, and then we're going to melt it off and see how pure it came. So we'll be back at you guys in just a bit. Okay guys, just bringing you back in for a quick second. Just wanted to show you we did a stannous test, and our stannous test is negative. So this is actually ready to be poured off. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stuff done, get it rinsed, and then we'll do the melt. So back at you in a bit. Okay guys, we're back outside again. My water boiled, I did my rinsing. It's actually really nice out here today for a change. But anyway, there's our gold powder. So we are going to transfer that into a melting dish. I want to show you something though. Now this is my rinse water. Now if you can see this, you can see that it is very brown. It's very brown because there's still a lot of gold in there. And what I do, and the way I rinse my gold a lot of times, is I rinse it down to just the super heavies, which would be this stuff. In other words, I keep rinsing it till it doesn't get cloudy anymore. Now I know this all still contains gold, but if there's any contaminants, they're going to be in here. So I will go ahead and let this settle again overnight. It also saves time. I mean, granted, there is going to be, you know, a little bit of difference in weight, but then when this settles out, I will siphon this off, and I will actually put this in a burner on a pan and put some hydrochloric acid in it and actually boil it, or change it to a beaker and boil it off again and look at it then. But this stuff in here, I don't see any red, any black, nothing. I've been moving it around and looking at it, so our color actually wet looks really, really good and really pure. So there's no black in this at all now. And a lot of this, when I first put that powder in there, if you remember seeing it in a little bottle, it was pretty dark. So I would venture to say that this is pure. So anyhow, I'm going to get this transferred into a melting dish, get our torch set up. I've got to change my tanks. I'm out of oxygen. We're going to let this settle out, and then we'll add that to our gold pour-off jar. And we'll get back at you guys in just a few minutes. Hey, I just thought I'd bring you in on this too and let you see how I do this. Basically, I've just taken, instead of running this through a filter, I've just dumped it right into a well borax coated dish. And then I have my little gold paper towels. You can see that purple, you know, where I put my filters or lay my stuff, anything that I do with gold, because these will go in my gold paper container for salvage later. But I just take a paper towel and just stick it in like that, and you see it sucks that water up. You may get a particle or two of gold on it, but it goes into the paper towel, and this paper towel is actually going to go into a container over here. See, I got a little tiny speck that was floating, but this paper towel is going to go in this container with all my other gold stuff, so it doesn't matter. Down the road one day, I'll process that out. See, there's gold on this one too, and I'll burn that up when I get quite a bit of it, and then we'll process it out and we'll get the gold out of that. But this, I try to remove as much of the water as I can, so that when you go to start heating this, you're not going to get a popping and have it spatter out of the dish. So anyway, you can see there's a little bit of gold on that, but to no worry, not to worry, it's going in here. It's not getting thrown out. I had somebody mentioned something the other day. They were talking about in one of the comments about filters and stuff like that, and I told them, don't worry, everything gets saved. I save everything. So we're going to go ahead and put this up here. You can see now, and that color is, I mean, it's really good, really good. So we're going to go ahead and get our tanks changed out and get ready to melt this down. Get it over here good where you guys will be able to see it, and we'll be right back at you when we're ready to do some torching. Okay guys, we're ready to go. I actually have a tiny bit of oxygen left in this oxygen tank, so I'm just going to run it until it, if it quits, we'll just have to, change it out. But I want to use it up because I actually have to drive 40 miles round trip for my oxygen. So it's actually a little further than 40 miles. It's actually about 50 miles. So I'm going to use it all up. Alrighty, we'll be back at you in just a bit. I know this is going to take a while, so I'll time lapse it. And we'll be back talking at you in a second. Okay guys, I'm actually going to step back in for a second. I want to show you something. I actually had to put an old computer screen over here to my left because I'm getting a lot of hard breeze in here blowing in on this while I'm trying to heat it up. But I want to show you something. I don't know if you remember when we did our little melt yesterday, where it showed the color of that powder. Now this is how yellow that powder is after it's dried out. It hasn't started to melt yet. It's starting to clump up. But that's pure gold powder. When you see it this yellow with no reds or blacks, then you know you've got a high quality powder. I just wanted to show you that because it is dry now. When it was in there before and had that brownish look, it was still wet. But this is why you re-refine things. See, there's no black in that, there's no red in that, there's no other colors in it that I can see, that are going to be detrimental to that being pure gold. So this is why you do this process a couple of times. And there are other processes you can do. You can do I forget exactly what the chemicals are, but it's actually where you use oxalic acid and I can't remember what the other is. And you actually boil it out and the gold will sponge out, into a sponge, and it'll be pure gold. But there's many different ways to do this. So you're not locked into one specific way. But I did want to show you that color. The color of that when it was dry. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to melt it. Hopefully this screen will keep the wind blocked, and we'll get back at you in just a few. Okay guys, our gold is starting to solidify. There goes our cracks and cave-in. Beautiful. I love to see that. I think we are good to go to take it out. And that is that. And there it is, guys. Another thing, boy, that borax just almost peels right off. You don't even hardly have to mess with it. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. So there is our re-refined computer gold, our little buttons that we had, and our powder. And again, no mistaking that color. So I'm actually going to take this in and I'm going to weigh it up, and then we're going to put all the gold together. So this is pretty much the gold that I collected this year. And this is from pins, it's from a little bit of scrap jewelry, it's from a little bit of placer gold, but this is pretty much all just from my stuff. This is not from any job refines or anything like that. This is just stuff that I have salvaged. So I'm going to go weigh this up, and I'm going to go get the rest of it, and then we're going to melt it again if the wind doesn't put us out. So anyhow, I'll be right back at you. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you, there is our button. We had 9.94 grams, so almost 10 grams. I started with, I think it was 10.35, so this is our gold for the year, or about a year. You know, John, I don't do it exactly on time every year, but so this is all of it. This was all from my scrapping and, you know, my salvaging. I'm going to toss it all on the scale here real quick, and we're going to see what we got. Well, I guess I best turn the scale back on, huh? So let's see what we got. 28. There's 30.8. So we got 36.94 grams of pure gold. So we almost have 37 grams. I might actually try and cut one of these up and get it exactly to an ounce, and just for the heck of it, pour us a little 1 ounce bar. So let me see if I can do that, and I'll get back at you guys in just a bit. Alrighty everybody, so here is our just a hair over 1 troy ounce of pure gold. This is our leftovers. I'm gonna just keep them like they are for future melting, but hopefully that wind laid down a little bit, and we're gonna go out and try and pour us a 1 ounce gold bar. So I'll get right back at you. Okay guys, I have cleaned our melting dish. Hopefully this wind will lay down a little bit. Right now I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. I have just over a hair over a troy ounce of pure gold right there. So I'm going to heat that mold up, and we're going to get to it. Okay guys, well we got it. We got a little bit of an overpour. We may have to do it again to get a nice perfect bar. This mold actually looks a hair small, to be honest with you. Because I'm going to have all that metal inside that bar. Oh, isn't that freaking beautiful though? Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to try to pour it a little bit slower. We're going to try it again. We'll try it again. We need it all inside that bar. All inside the mold. So, while everything's still hot, let's see if we can get down on it again. Maybe I'll try pouring it at this angle instead. Now it'll blow out. Let's do it this way. Alright, let me fire this back up while everything's still pretty hot, and try it again. going to tell you what, guys. Little molds for gold ain't any easier. We're going to do it one more time, and then I'm just going to end up melting a button out of this thing if I don't get it. Gosh, I want it to do it though. Look at that. Oh, that's freaking beautiful. Alright, one more time. I tried it with flame, I tried it without flame, and just for whatever reason we're getting a hard spot on that one edge. So 3 times is a charm, right? I just hope we're not losing too much metal. Well, guys, after many tries, there she is. I think from now on, I am just going to, unless I've got more than an ounce, you know, like maybe 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces, that I can pour it in a bigger mold, I'm just going to keep my stuff in buttons. But I know everybody was wanting to see a little bar, so there we go. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go back in, take this guy in, weigh it, make sure we didn't lose anything, and we'll be back at you in just a second. Alrighty, guys, we are back inside, and it's the moment of truth. We are set on Troy ounces, and we have 1.008 Troy ounces. So there she is, guys, our little 1 ounce gold bar. That's our collection for the year. Let me grab this other. And I'm going to tell you what, that booger was something else to pour. Get our other pieces. We can get a complete tally for the year. And there is our tally. 1.188 Troy ounces. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it, because this little guy was a bear. But man, look at that color. Look at that color. Alrighty, guys, we'll get back at you in the next video.